When I was younger, I used to go to therapy because I used to have a lot of problems at school with completing my work. I was very emotional. And one day I was told, hey, go to this place. They can help you out. So I was referred to that place and I went. And sure I was diagnosed with major depression. And I mean, at that time I was young and I was in a bad situation. And so I was told I had that issue with major depression. The years passed by, and I stopped seeing that lady, the therapist. And the only one thing that I remember, I saw her for almost a year. And out of all that time, the only thing that helped me was one thing that she said. She said that my emotions were a gift. Because I told her, I am able to feel the things that people sometimes don't feel. I'm able to feel that whatever pain people are going through, I feel like it's my own pain. And no matter who it was, it could be a stranger, I would feel that way. And so she told me, that's a gift, that you have the ability to be compassionate, the ability to feel pain. And that was the only thing that truly helped me out from whatever I talked to her during those whole years. Or I mean, it was just 1 year. So then I went to another doctor. I ended up seeing a psychiatrist. And they gave me antidepressants. They put me on Zoloft and Wellbutrin, which is an anxiety medication. And so I was taking those for quite a bit, maybe like 2 years. Until one day I went to a psychiatrist. And he said, and I told him, hey, I feel this medication is not doing anything for me anymore. I feel like, I don't know, like it just is not doing anything for me. And the psychiatrist said, I think we need to increase the dosage. I was like, what? And then, I got back to the house and I talked to my husband. And I said, hey, they told me that they need to increase my dosage. And I was like, I'm already taking a strong dosage. And this thing, and if I keep doing it, it's just going to continue. He's going to constantly tell me, you need to increase the dosage. For how long? How long could I put up with that? How many more times were they going to have to say I needed to increase the dosage? For how many years? So then my husband said, you know what? Don't take those things. You don't need them. And of course it was right. I didn't need that. Because through his company, his love, his affection, of course, I learned new things, new ways on how to cope with that. I didn't have to take those medications. You know what? People talk shit all the time about drug addicts on the street. And you know what they say? Oh, that drug addict. Oh, kick him out. Oh, look, he's coming by. Close the door. Hey! They yell at them. Go away! They look around. If they ask for something, they make that kind of attitude. You don't need to do that in order to tell somebody that you don't want to help them. You just say, no, I'm sorry, I can't. That's it. It's simple. You don't need to take negative attitudes like that. You don't need to give that attitude to somebody that's struggling already. Okay? You don't need to do that. So, what happens? Well, people become addicted, or they're given medications at the hospitals or by the doctors. And guess what? Antidepressants, you know the first thing they told me? They said, just remember, do not drive while you're taking this medication. Because if you're stopped by an officer and you're tested, you will be positive for methamphetamines. I was like, what? Isn't that the same thing that these guys are smoking out on the streets? The one stuff that makes them pick their faces and lose their teeth and lose their brain and struggle more? Isn't that a thing that loses people? So the side effects of this medication, taking these medications, are diarrhea, problems with sleep, the same symptoms that drugs cause, that meth causes. The same symptoms, the same thing, the same drug. So stop judging people. Because if you're taking this kind of medications, you're not doing anything different than these people on the street. Because you're taking the same drug. But it's limited. It is created specifically for people who supposedly have mental problems. That's the same thing that they sell on the street. And if you've been taking those and you've been judging, I don't know what kind of person you are. But I truly hope that you learn from today, from my video, something. And that you take your life more serious. And that you start to be more kind to yourself. Because you know what? The people on the street, because I'm telling you, because I was on the street. I mean, I still am. I live in my own motorhome now. You know what? We already know what it feels like to be neglected, to be rejected, to be yelled at all the time. We know what it is like, or what it feels like to be looked down at. Your face is not going to do nothing to us. But you know what? It looks bad for yourself. It doesn't hurt me. I'm chill. Look what I'm doing, the beautiful things I can do. I'm fine. But you know what? That person with those bad attitudes, they're hurting themselves more than they hurt other people. I understand the need to be protective of your own self. And I forgive you for that. Because I know sometimes we're hurt. And we're not able to take things so easily. Because we're somewhat traumatized. But just get over that barrier. And think more positive. Be more positive. Be kind to yourself. That's all that matters. From above.